So I will start with this piece of Felix González Torres, which is and which was created in '91 in New York for the exhibition Every Week There Is Something Different. Felix González Torres organized an exhibition at his gallery. It is one of his last exhibitions before he died, and he organized the exhibition in different parts, in different weeks, and he called the project due to this change. So he played with the time duration of the standardized exhibition. So the first week, the gallery had a cream-colored walls and was lined with frame photographs of carved inscription from the Teddy Roosevelt monument. So I don't have every picture. I just go quite quickly on this. But and the second week, he broke a powder blue colored wooden platform, surrounded on all sides by row lights, like you see. Next, the platform was transformed into a stage for a male go-go dancer to perform for a short period each day. The final week, Felix González Torres in Blood Works, entitled because they were graph depicting diagonal red lines that denoted the decreasing of an AIDS patient TC count. So this exhibition is important, we will see later. But this piece, I don't know, this piece that you can see here, the description from the gallery, and here's the way to build the piece. I performed it just after Felix González Torres in Hamburg in 1992, and I performed it for about 2 months. So it was the second issue of this piece after the model, the person who did in New York, and finally, here you see some stills of a video that I have made about this experience. So I'm running from my apartment to the museum. It is a video of about 20 minutes, but I wanted just to show some screens. And I go directly in the museums, I change myself, and I dance for 5 minutes. It was the minimum for the contract of labor. And I leave back to my house. So I did it because for me this, after 3 weeks, become a very, very difficult task. Because it's maybe if you face somebody dancing on the circle like this, it's funny. But finally, for the person who has to do it daily for 2 months, it's become really a work to do, a labor. And I was trying in this video, trying to emphasize the hidden dimension of this piece, because the work of González Torres has been identified as something which was a kind of joy, even if there is a dramatic history, but for this kind of pieces, we didn't really understood, or most of the people didn't understood, or just saw the funny face of this piece. And that piece, on my view, and due that I have experienced this piece, I understood something which was really connect to the bodification, to the way that the capitalism system translate into value, into commodification, anything, and this piece was a kind of way to exemplify, in a way. So. And this piece is a key piece for my understanding, as well as for my future project, because at that time I was, and it's a good transition with what we saw just before, I was working for this museum in which I have performed. So I was hanging the exhibition, and due that I need money, I did it. I didn't know Torres at that time. Nobody knew him really in Europe at that time, so I did it just for money. And finally, it became something which is a key piece and a key understanding for me. At that time, no performance were really visible. Performance was, in the 90s, something which was becoming rare to see, and the trend was really the distanciation and something which was really not linked to intimacy. And just for the story, I met Nan Goldin at this occasion. She was there as well, and I discovered her slideshow, Ballad of Sexual Dependency, which was a shock for me, because it was also for the first time to see something which was so much into intimacy, and in general in the art, it was really distanced. So to come back on this exhibition, K exhibition, I would like to refer very quickly on another one done a bit earlier, in the late 70s, by Christopher D'Arcangelo and Peter Nadin in New York, and it was an exhibition called 84 West Broadway, where it is situated. And this exhibition was conceived as a cumulative project based on adding progressively intervention of artists. The first intervention made by Christopher D'Arcangelo was basically the way to restore this loft into a white cube, and it took 30 days to do it, and the work is called 30 Days. And the work of Christopher D'Arcangelo and Peter Nadin at that time was mostly kind of intervention by private people, and to restore their apartment, and the piece was the translation of this work. In this case, so the way to approach the format or the exhibition size is transformed by this cumulation instead of letting the space without nothing for the next artist. In that case, every work were accumulate. So this, I will now go to the project inspired by this example, which is called La Monnaie Vivante. je trouve. Voilà. Okay, this is the posters. I will talk maybe the poster after. So this project was organized in a dance studio in Paris, and it was in a frame of a dance festival. It is important because I was invited to make a project in a dance festival, and I wanted, it is in 2005, I wanted to show the strong link and the close relation between contemporary dance and contemporary art, and I invited contemporary artists coming from the plastic art for this project. And it started outside with this piece of Roman Ondak, which is based on a line of people waiting. They don't wait in front of the door where the event is organized. They just wait on the door on the side. And this piece works as something which finally bring other people, and some people wait and doesn't know really why they wait. So the space I used in this place, the place is a rehearsal studio for dance, contemporary dance, is situated in the center of Paris, but that's not so important, but it is organized as a proportion of the space for performing larger than the space for the audience. And there is a large mirror installed in this space. And this space has a certain specificity to be white. That's not the same in every rehearsal space. So I anyway choose this space. I like very much this space for a reason, because but I have to say before that this space is not given like this. It was the mirror was not visible. There were a curtain, because in contemporary dance, usually the choreographer doesn't use the mirror or less as it was for the classic dance. So I asked to open this and to put out this curtain. To make this confrontation between this way to double the space through the mirror. And it also reminds a key piece in performance, which is a performance audience mirror from Dan Graham, an American artist who performed in front of a mirror. So this is a bit the frame, and in this situation, I selected existing pieces and organized as in the space the position of the pieces with the artist, and articulate these pieces, so living pieces, with other installation like this neon. As you see, this neon exists already in the space, but they were also part of the intervention. There were neon light. It's a work about Jens Hanning, a Danish artist, and it's called Light Bubble Exchange. And this neon light are from an Algerian shop in the suburbs of Paris, and the neon from the rehearsal dance studio are in the Algerian shops. So it's exchange. The bubble machines that you can see, or this clock before, this clock is another piece of Jens Hanning, and it's called Baghdad time, and it is on the time of Baghdad, because there were at that time Danish army involved in this country. This piece of Silfloyer, which is a garbage bag filled with the air of the place in which is exhibited. And this a piece like that of Roman Andak teaching to work with a mother coming with her child and teaching him to work regularly during the day of the performance. So you see here another mother. And on the background, Sanja Ivekovic making her performance. And on the background, Santiago Sierra, person facing a wall. So Sanja Ivekovic was helpful to me for doing finally to also superpose the structure of her performance, because the event duration was 3 days long. So her performance was organized with this advertising, which was published which was published because it's a performance that she has done in the 70s, and this advertising advise a look for different days, and she performed the first day Un Jour Tendre, so she used all the colors and even the comments of the advertising. The second day she did Un Jour Violent, and the first day Un Jour Secret. So she basically did this front of the audience with some music and situation. On the right, you see Prince Golan, who are two German artists, and they produce poses coming from paintings or from sculpture history. And these poses are done successively and articulating in a long duration. Articulated, yes. This is a Silfloyer intervention. It is called white monochrome teal recip, and it is an intervention she does. She went in the shops around the place and bought a lot of white products, all going with white material or whiteness, and she just glues the tip recip of this product on the wall of the space. The bubble machine was a piece of Teresa Margoles, and these bubbles are made with water coming from Mexico, from the morgues of Mexico, and this water was used to wash the body of people murdered by violence. And she reintroduced this water into this into some installation, and that is one of example. Here we see a collective performance. It's Time of David Lamolas, which is based on a line on which the audience can organize themselves, and each person start with a minute and said every minute one after the other till the end. And the sound was a piece of Artur Zmijewski coming from a record of the sonnet of Shakespeare. So this was really a project based on this experience with this piece, and I tried to extend then to other performance coming from other field. So I will not show all the different issue, because there were five issues till the last in Berlin, but maybe the one in shortly I will show the one in London. So the one in London was quite special because it's on the it's wow, magic. It's made on it was done on in the turbine hall, which is a specific space, but we intervene in this space with a new piece of Tania Bruguera, which was based with these two policemen from the mounted police, and they were coming regularly during the performance program, which was done on the platform of the, and they were blocking the space or driving the audience. Here you see Franz Herrat Walter performing his piece at the same time. So the challenge of this project is not to show performance successively or like a program, but to articulate the performance together and to try to produce a situation, a productive situation between the performance, and to create a kind of commentary and also a time perspective between the different performances who are not made in the same at the same time. I mean, some come from the 70s, some are contemporary performance, and the intention of this project was to create a kind of reconsideration in the present time of the performance, because one of the most singular fact for the performance is to be done in the present, and that's also what distinguished the performance to some other kind of artistic work who are more produced as a trace or as a record. Performance as a challenge in a present time, in a real time, and that's what a project to an exhibition of performance has to challenge. Voilà, merci.